The shock general election projection was released minutes before Nigel Farage takes to the stage in a seven-way ITV debate. Nigel Farage's Reform Party has overtaken the Conservatives in the polls for the first time. A YouGov survey found that Reform has increased support by 2 points to 19%. The Tories are on 18%. The poll was carried out after Rishi Sunak launched the Tory manifesto on Tuesday. 8 in 10 of those backing reform said a very large majority for Labour would be bad for the country. Speaking at an ITV debate tonight, Reform's Nigel Farage said, "Just before we came on air we overtook the Conservatives in the national opinion polls. We are now the opposition to Labour. It is the first time any poll has shown Reform ahead of the Tories. Tory strategists will be particularly concerned because it was carried out after the party released its manifesto on Tuesday." But the projection found that 80% of those backing Reform said that a very large majority for Labour would be a bad thing for the country. Anthony Wells, head of European political and social research at YouGov, said the poll was significant as it was the first to reach the politically important point of showing Reform ahead of the Conservatives. He continued, "Obviously all polls have a margin of error, so we can't conclude for certain that more voters now back Nigel Farage's party over the Conservatives. But what it does make clear is that at the very least the Conservatives and Reform are at a very similar level of support to each other. That in itself is remarkable given how close we are to an election when we might otherwise have expected smaller parties' votes to be squeezed." Overall Labour retained a 19-point lead over the Conservatives, while the Liberal Democrats were down 1 point at 14%. Asked to consider what they had seen or heard about the Conservatives' plans for government, only 13% of voters said they would be good for them and their family. Among voters who were backing the Tories, 54% said the plans would be good for them, while only 15% of Reform voters said they would be good. 23% of Reform voters said they would be very bad. YouGov questioned more than 2,200 adults in an online poll on Wednesday and Thursday.